Jai RadhaMadhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janaballabha Giridharadhari. Gopi Janaballabha Giridharadhari. Don't put the garlands on yet. Do not put on the garlands. Yasodhanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yasodhanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yasodhanandana Yamana Chiravana Chahari. Yamana Chiravana Chahari. Jai RadhaMadhava Kunja Bihari. Jai RadhaMadhava Kunja Bihari. Jai RadhaMadhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Don't drink the water. This is not, although it's a drinking cup, it's not meant for drinking. Okay? You'll find out in a little while. Now, I can give you the neck beads, but they're a little bit mixed up here. We have first initiation, first initiation, first initiation, and others are second, I think. Let me just look at the list, see who's here and is not. I have to excuse me, some of this is at the very last moment, practically. So we'll have a roll call. Ice, are you here? Catherine? There she is. Kevin, are you here? Good. Bactine. We have Ice and Nice. Is Nice here? Nice, May? Huh? Pardon?
Still dressing.
She's still dressing. Okay, so she's yet to come. She's a first in this candidate. Sudama is here. I see him. Pami, where's Pami? There she is. Mark, there he is. Mark? Someone said Mark, yeah. No, that's another one. Yeah, Mac. Well, he's a Mac. He's not a Mark. He's a Mac. Gauri Devi? Gauri Devi? Pardon? They're all dressing. Isn't this say indicative of the different nature between men and ladies? The ladies have to dress, and they have to. It's their nature. They should dress nicely, smartly. Men should be simple but smart also, of course. Leela Shakti. And Leela Shakti is here. There you are. Adi Guru. Is he here? There he is. Danya. There she is. Madhu Sudan. There he is. And Ramani. Ramani here? Also dressing. So is there, you're in the initiation also?
Yes,
Pardon?
you will sit for the Homa.
Oh, sitting for the Homa.
Maharaj, I was initiated by His Holiness Veer Krishna Goswami Maharaj in Govardhan, but we couldn't attend the Homa there. So
You and your wife is here?
me and my wife.
I was wondering the extras. I couldn't quite work it out. I was thinking, like, no one told me about another two for the initiation. Wonderful. So what is your name?
Rasa Shekhara Das Maharaj.
Rasa?
Rasa Shekhara Das.
Rasa Shekhar Prabhu from Vancouver?
No, from Philippines itself. I was living in Australia. We met in Australia.
Australia. So you're from Australia. I thought you said Vancouver.
No.
Where were you Where did you receive initiation?
In Govardhan Maharaj.
Govardhan in India.
In India. Yes.
Wonderful. Rasa Shesha and your good wife. Where's your good wife?
Janani.
Janani. First initiation or second?
Second.
You've taken second.
Initiation.
So you're sitting in with us today for the Homa,
Yes, Maharaj.
for your vows. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Are you living here now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Marvelous. We hope you can come forward and help this temple. Are you in Manila?
Yes, Maharaj.
Marvelous. Will you here for a long time?
Will be Maharaj.
Krishna willing. Marvelous. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Please we're sorry for all the shortcomings. The temple is just opened, and as everybody knows, there was a lot of things to do, and there's still a lot of things to do. Within the temple building, around the temple building, with the paraphernalia, the organization, the finances, and spiritual practices, everything, the deity worship, so much more to develop and to do. It'll take time to settle down. So please we humbly beg you to be patient. Last night there was not enough prasadam. We feel very sad and sorry, but what to do? They tried their best. So we hope that you will be very tolerant and very helpful in trying the devotees here to make this temple in Manila. Perhaps it's, I don't know how many Hindu temples have been built in the Philippines. How many Hindu temples are there? We're not Hindu as such, but you know, I guess the people in general see us like that. How many? Two? I mean, other than Iskcon, are there any other Hindu temples in Iskcon? Constructed, I don't mean a building used as such. I know there's one in, what is that, Urdaneta. There's one temple in Urdaneta built by the Hindus there. I don't know in Manila. But there are very few. And it's a beautiful offering to the Lord. Shri Shri RadhaMadhava. So please, though, everybody try to work cooperatively together. Listen carefully. Gentlemen, please listen. Try to work cooperatively together. Try to be tolerant. Try to understand nothing happens but by the will of the Lord. He's trying to teach us how to become Krishna conscious. And sometimes that means some difficult situations. From our own perception, we're conditioned souls. We're materially conditioned, seeing through our material condition, judging others through our material condition. So we don't necessarily see things correctly. In fact, we don't. We have to purify our perception. So the process today of initiation is a major stage in this transformation of consciousness, change of perception. Now, there's some things are going on here inevitably, so please cooperate and try to hear whatever words are coming out from within. Please try to be attentive. One of the prime aspects of initiation is to be attentive. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtota Satashla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Panchatattva ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Shabhadra ki jai. Shri Shri RadhaMadhava ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi. Hare Krishna. So I do have the neck beads here. Mathuranath, do you have an assistant in the yajna? Someone assisting you?
Someone will put the...
Pardon?
Someone can...
Well, yeah, but just in general. Is anyone assisting you?
I think I can manage.
You can manage? You might need somebody to help at certain stages. So first of all, we're going to start off with the Mathuranath Prabhu will be taking us through at least the candidates for initiation. We'll be showing them, if they don't already know, how to perform Ashraman. But I'm not quite sure how it's done. They all seem to have paper cups.
I'm still waiting for the spoon.
Oh, because it's difficult without a spoon. As I say, there are a few shortcomings. At least I hope it's paper and not plastic or aluminium or something. Cow dung. Is there any cow dung? Normally we put on the kund, there should be some at least marks of cow dung. Do we have any cow dung here? I don't bring cow dung with me. Has anyone got any cow dung in their pocket? Anyone have cow dung with them? No? Not something we normally carry around, is it?
I brought 2 bags.
Where are they? You should put some sort of make it a little wet and smooth slither of cow dung on the kund. It's traditional. It's important to put cow dung on the kund.
We have cow dung.
So please, having it is good. Putting it on the kund is what we want to happen. Somebody can try to do that. And did anyone find out whether today is Narottam Das's appearance in Manila?
Appearance day.
Is it confirmed for Manila itself? I mean, Malaysia is a different country, India is a different country. Every country has a different time frame. Has anyone got the Manila calendar on their mobile? Is it definitely today? So today is the appearance day of Narottam Das Thakur. We'll speak a little bit about him later on. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandehang Shri Guru Sri Uttapatamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabando Jagatpate Kopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Srutidevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripasindubhye Bicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavindam. Hands up! Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Hare Krishna. Pardon?
It's tomorrow.
Someone says today, someone says tomorrow.
Also, according to Malaysian calendar, it's tomorrow.
According to Malaysia, it's tomorrow. Where did you get your calendar from, RadhaMadhava? Where did you look on your calendar? You said today, right? That's what I heard just now. Pardon?
I thought you were asking about if it's disappearance or appearance day. Disappearance today.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
Appearance day, but tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay, we'll leave that alone then. That's what I was trying to find out, because in Europe it's today. Hare Krishna. So thank you again for all coming. Normally at these ceremonies we have devotees reading during the actual fire yajna on the four corners. Now, I don't know who to ask, I don't know where to look, but we would need 4 shastras, scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, maybe that's easy to get, although I don't see the devotees who provide it here. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and another one, Brahma Samhita or Nectar of Devotion or something, on the 4 directional corners. We'll also be having a kirtan party. We'll organize that a bit later. And are we ready to proceed? So we're going to hand over to Mathurnath Prabhu. He will need a microphone probably. Who's organizing the sound can please make sure at all stages of the ceremony there is a microphone available for the priest. He may need it at any moment. Now, garlands will be going on in a few minutes, not now. Garlands will not go on exactly now, but very shortly. But if Mahavishnu Swami, I think he's not with us, but if he's around, 1 garland should be given now to Mahavishnu Swami. If he is around, he may not be. And 1 garland should now be given to the priest, Mathurnath. Please, is there anyone listening or not? Anybody can hear me? What did I say? Yeah, if he's around. And then I said something else. Here we go. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Asheshwara Prabhu. Pardon? I can hear nothing. Please, everyone be quiet, please.
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya, just one book of each, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and any other Prabhupada scripture or Brahma Samhita, some other scripture. Now,
Can we read on the online?
read what?
The books, because they don't have the physical book.
Yes, if you have no books here, because as I say, there are a few shortcomings. I may have some books here. The devotees, why I don't know, I've got no idea, but the devotees who are organizing the book distribution are not here. Oh, goodness gracious. I've got books in here, but it's a very, very heavy bag. Be careful of those beads. I think one fell down. I may have some books. No, these are different types of books. Nope, nothing there. No, these are no good. Leave it alone. If you have no books, then some may be able to find it online. But that's not now, that's later on. I'm just getting prepared. In the meantime, while Mathuranath Prabhu is showing everybody how to perform Achaman, we will chant together, those who are not sitting for initiation.
You're done.
No, I don't need to do anything, do I? Unless I'm taking initiation. Am I taking initiation today? I'm not sure. I think I'm initiated. I'm getting old, but as far as my memory tells me, I did get initiated once upon a time. I'll just tell the story of my initiation while you're doing that. Listen to Mathur. Can I speak, or do you have to speak only? Okay, I can see it's you. Okay, here comes a book. Miracles have arrived. Miracles have arrived. Look at this. At least 2 books have arrived. So we'll chant japa. Everyone else can chant japa. Mahavishnu Swami is with us. Please bring a garland now. Please give him a garland. Where? Come on, give him a garland. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Tell me when you're ready, Mathura. You ready? Okay, let's move.
So for the Ashman, please repeat after me, and then when you heard the word Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, you will take 1 second.
Just 1 second. 2 have just arrived. I don't even think they've got a mat to sit on. They need mats to sit on. They should sit on some kind of asana or something, whatever you've got. You only need one little chair, one little asana rather. There's only 2 of them. You don't need a big thing. Make way for them, please, if you're sitting nearby. You ready? Okay. They have no Achaman cups. This is really quite... There's a first time for many things here in the Philippines on this weekend. And it's the first time for me, I'm sure it's happened in many places, but the first time I'm seeing plastic spoons and paper cups for the Achaman. But Kali Yuga, we have to make do. When Prabhupada initiated the first initiations in New York and San Francisco, they were also, so you could say, somewhat not fully prepared for all the normal details, we could say. Okay, take it away. Take it away.
Hare Krishna. For the Ashman, I'll recite mantra. Then you repeat after me. And then when you heard the word Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, you take one sip. Yeah. On your left hand, put the water. On your right hand, then take the sip. Try to here, good. And then we'll do it 3 times. Okay? Okay, so please repeat after me. Om Avitra Avitrava Sarvavastam Gato Piva Yasmare Pundarikaksham Sabhya Abhyantara Suchi Ready? Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu.
This February?
Yeah, February. One second.
Jayadeva disappearance. This is 2024.
Okay. Om Avitra Avitrava Sarvavastam Gato Piva Yashmare Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Abhyantara. Oh, sorry. Missed a word out. Yeah. Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu.
Om Apavitra,
Avitrava, Sarvavastam, Gato Piva, Yasmare, Pundarikaksham, Sabhyantara, Abhyantara, Suchi,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu,
Shri Vishnu.
So that's for the Ashman. And then that appear remove. You can start. Then what Mataji?
Yes. We have the neck beads. You have to take the old ones off. Those who are taking first initiation. Those who are taking second do not need to. The first initiates, and old beads must be taken off. You can keep the old beads somewhere safe, and new beads are placed on. I'll just quickly tell you while this is going on, a little story. When I took initiation in 1972 in July, on Trafalgar Square in London. Some of you have heard of London. Maybe some of you have heard of, I guess you've all heard of London. It's a suburb, it's a little suburb somewhere of Manila, I think. Suburb of Manila. Anyway, Trafalgar Square is a big square. Prabhupada talks about it. Big square in London, a famous square with Nelson's column. And Prabhupada gave initiation right on the square, underneath Nelson's column. There were about 20 or 30 of us sat there, and then Pradyumna Prabhupada's Sanskrit scholar assistant was calling out the names to come up to receive our initiation, and he called us up at three at a time. So we went up. We didn't have any neck beads on. We didn't have neck beads. So Prabhupada said they must have neck beads on. So we had to go back and start again. And then someone brought neck beads and put neck beads on us before we got the name, before we got the initiation. Prabhupada did not follow all the time such a system. Sometimes he did that after the class. Sometimes he even asked the vows after giving the name. It wasn't like black and white like we make it, but more or less. So then my name wasn't called up. Nobody called it up. Pradyumna didn't call my name again. He called it the first name. But then the next time round, he never said it, never mentioned my name. I was sat there, we had the fire yajna, everybody was initiated, and I never received beads or name. That's another story. We'll tell that later. Are we ready? Next stage. Everyone's got their beads on? All the new initiates? Now you can put the garlands on the candidates. Everyone is a candidate. Hare Krishna. Are you okay there? Your garland is sitting very unusually. There you go. All the ladies have changed their beads. Somebody can put garlands on the ladies who have taken second initiation or have already got their beads on. Let me know when we're ready, Mathura. Hare Krishna. Can I proceed? Can I proceed? We're going to read a little bit of a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. When Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world in 1965, he said he did not expect that anyone would be able to follow the principles of Vaishnava principles, devotee principles. He came with a hope. He came with faith in his spiritual master's order. He came with faith in the holy name. I can't see all the ladies, and I can't see if you're attentive. You might like to turn around to face me a little bit rather than sideways. You can always readjust yourselves later on. Okay. You all okay there? Okay. He came not knowing anybody in America. He didn't know he was going to stay practically. He had no support from India. He was over 70 years of age. His health was not good. But he came. And he personally said, when I arrived in America, I never thought that anyone could follow these principles. Prabhupada said, and it's there, you can read it, even in writing also, that as soon as I ask these people to follow these principles, they will say to me, Swami, go back home. Go back to India. Nobody will be able to follow. He was feeling like that. For 1 year, basically, it was like that. The first year of his stay in America, hardly anyone was taking seriously Krishna consciousness. He was speaking to people going here and there in New York, trying to make some influence, trying to find somebody who was a little more than just interested, but somebody who was willing to take up this process. Miraculously, after 1 year, purity of Prabhupada, of course, some young boys and girls in New York began to take it a little seriously, although they weren't exactly Brahminical, as we would say. But Prabhupada trained them in the basic process. And after a short while, in some cases, it was just a matter of days. Just a matter of days. One boy got initiated. He'd only been to the temple casually 2 or 3 times and got initiated. He wasn't chanting any japa. But Prabhupada was just, there was nothing. So Prabhupada took these risks for his spiritual master, for the sake of the conditioned souls. He took this risk on himself. Now we see even here in Philippines, hundreds and hundreds, not maybe thousands of people are chanting. Although the culture, the religion, the lifestyle is quite different and quite conditioned, you could say, to that of traditional Vaishnava, even Hindu, where people here are very familiar with eating what is called untouchable food in one sense, but eating non-vegetarian food, isn't it? Vegetarian is not very common here. Intoxications are very common here. Most people have no idea about what is sex or illicit sex. Sex is sex. And gambling, all these various activities are just part and parcel of various kinds of gambling of people's lives. When Prabhupada's godbrother in London was preaching to one Lord Zetland in the 1930s, for a short while they were preaching there in UK and in other European countries, and the Earl of Zetland, who was somewhat familiar and somewhat interested in Vaishnava or Krishna consciousness, asked this god brother of Srila Prabhupada, can you make me a Brahmin? Brahmin, some of you are today accepting the vows of Brahmin, which means the spiritual leaders, basically, of society, who live a very pure life, spiritual life. Can you make me one also? The god brother of Prabhupada said, yes. So what do I have to do? Then he said, first of all, you have to follow these 4 principles. I'm giving those first initiates a little clue. You might remember these things. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. The Earl of Zetland said, impossible. Impossible. I cannot do that. No way. People think it's as good as death. Many times, even when we go out preaching on the streets, sometimes it comes to people's attention that we follow these principles. And we often hear from people, I would rather die than live like that. Incredible how much people are dependent on these temporary forms of pleasure. So I'm not going to read the verse, it's getting time-wise, and you can't see it anyway, you haven't got it. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the purport. Srila Prabhupada says, Lord Brahma, who knows who Lord Brahma is? Who is Lord Brahma? Are you Lord Brahma? Are you Lord Brahma? Are you Lord Brahma? No, you're not. Good. I think if we were, the universe would be a big mess, huh? We can't even manage a little temple. I mean, Indravali is doing miracles. I don't know how she's doing it. She's running around on top of everything practically. Incredible. But still, there are shortcomings. Still, there are things forgotten, overlooked. But Lord Brahma, he has to manage the whole universe. We can't see him, he's got a subtle body. But he's on behalf of Krishna, he's the Vishaga, he's the secondary creator. And he has to oversee the universe. He's not the main maintainer, but he has to be aware of everything and responsible for everything. Pretty big job. You may be managing a little tiny office or something, and you know how difficult that is. So he's not only that, but he's our Parama Guru. He's the original guru in our movement, in this line. We're in the Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Sampradaya. So it stems from Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma. He's the Shaktiya Vaishya avatar. The Lord through Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, through the personality who takes that role, Brahma, is creating actually. He's like an instrument for the creation. And that is our position. We're all, in a sense, instruments. Krishna said, Nimitta matra bhavya salva sachin. He said to Arjuna, you just be an instrument, Arjuna. Instrument of my will. So when we come to that platform of actually surrender to Krishna, then we can be an actual instrument. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to come to that platform. We have our choice as to how we want to be satisfying to the Lord. That's our free will. But our business is to satisfy Godhead. So Lord Brahma is acting like that. He's independent. In one sense, he's an individual being who has his own personal existence. At the same time, he's acting as you may do if you work in a factory or an office. You have to work under the law, under the control of the boss. You're still an individual. So he's doing that. And then every single member of our line coming from him, the parampara, to the present day, follows that principle. And that principle is explained in the Vedic literatures. What is that principle? The Bhagavad Gita, for instance, is like the will of God. Everybody, if you want to know how to do that, should read the Bhagavad Gita. It is not a religious book. It's a book of the absolute truth. Not some kind of sectarian religious book at all. Quite the contrary. Krishna says, give up. Give up. He says, Sarva Dharma Parityajya. Give up religion, he says. Give it up. That means give up these dogmatic forms or namitika dharmas, these principles for those who want to stay in the material world or want to improve themselves in this world. Then these sub-directives are given. So you can carry on with your nonsense and still make some kind of progress. At least there's some relationship with Godhead there. But to transcend or to attain, as was mentioned earlier, our actual position of eternal servitorship beyond the material world, that's not the same thing. So the principle of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is transcendence, and the Vedic literatures take us from the gross materialistic situation to the transcendental situation. But it's not a religious... Bhagavad Gita takes us to this point, you could say. So the first principle of Bhagavad Gita is what? What's the first lesson Krishna teaches in Bhagavad Gita? Come on, everyone, especially those of Indian origin, who say, I know these things. I have the Bhagavad Gita already. This I am knowing. So what do they know? What is the first instruction of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita? Pardon? What, I can't hear from here. In the Bhagavad Gita? I think that's the Bible. I think the church is next door. You're in the wrong. You came to the wrong building, young man. The church is next door. Amazing. Yesterday we heard yesterday, Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father. That's another topic. Anybody know what the first, besides Leela Shakti, somebody else can say. What is the first lesson Krishna teaches in Bhagavad Gita? I mean in chronology. I don't mean in, let's say, level of instruction, but in order. The second chapter, beginning. What does Krishna teach? Pardon? You're a spirit soul. You're not this body, Arjuna. Wake up, will you? All your decisions are made based on thinking you are the body. You are a fool. Ashoshanam vashosham tva. Pragyavadam chabhasase. Krishna calls Arjuna a fool number one. Arjuna, fool number one. Because he's thinking he's the body. Who on this planet doesn't think they're the body? Practically everyone thinks like that. Totally in ignorance, even they're following some religious practice. They have no spiritual knowledge whatsoever. None. Bhagavad Gita begins on this point. It doesn't end. That's the beginning. So it's so important to read this. If we want to come, someone said, Aham Brahmasmi, if we want to come to the spiritual platform, we have to follow the path. If we want to stay in the material world, that's another thing. This is the path. These are the principles, Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, following the principles of freedom. Let's see, we'll read something. So please, we're not big scholars. Many of you are not very good at reading or not very familiar, but at least read the Bhagavad Gita. It's a book of knowledge. It's a good idea to know who we are, isn't it? Somebody who doesn't know who they are, what do we call them? You may have some dementia or something, or like that, huh? You might, maybe, you may say, you're crazy. You know, isn't it? You go on, let's say you take a bus. You don't have so many buses here, but you do have buses going long distance. So you go to the bus, and you ask the driver, where's the bus going? The driver says, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. You probably won't get on the bus, will you? And if the driver says, yes, okay, where are you going? The passenger says, I don't know. They'll probably tell you to get off the bus. Then if you ask, if you go somewhere for an interview and the interviewer says, "Who are you?" I say, "I don't know." Going for a job interview, and the interviewer says, "Who are you?" I say, "I don't know." You probably think, "Get out of here." You have to say who you are, even though it may be wrong. I'm so and so. I'm blah blah. But it's crazy. You should know who you are, isn't it? If you want to stay in this world, that's another thing. But if you want to get out of this world, we should know who we are. At least we should begin to act on that knowledge, even if we haven't realized it. Krishna said, acting on that knowledge in the 4th chapter. One who applies himself to this knowledge realizes this knowledge in due course of time. This is the path of knowledge. Applying this knowledge in our life leads to real gyan. Knowledge leads to vijnana, realization. So it's the first step. Don't bear that in mind. Prabhupada says here, Brahma is the original spiritual master for the universe. And since he was initiated by the Lord himself, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam is coming down from him. Prabhupada brought the Bhagavatam to the West, right? He brought Srimad Bhagavatam, this glorious literature of the personality of Godhead, to the West. But Prabhupada said, I didn't bring the Bhagavatam. No. He didn't bring the Bhagavatam. What did he say? Yes. Prabhupada said, actually, Srimad Bhagavatam brought me. This is a devotee. We're thinking with a doer. That's the next lesson in the Bhagavad Gita. Practically speaking, Arjuna, you are not the doer. We think we're doing so many things. That's why we have so many problems. Another lesson is we think we're the proprietor. Isn't it? These are basic things. And even this we can hardly grasp. Or we can hardly apply. We get so upset when somebody offends us. We get so upset when we don't get what we want. We get so upset, when we lose something, isn't it? We get upset when things don't go our way. We're so much on the bodily platform of life, or mental platform. And this process is to try to release us. To release us from this. These are illusions. These are false identities. The process of devotional service, sarva upadi vinirmuktam tatpatatvena nirmalam. Rishikena rishikesha bhakti seva uchate is to free us from these sarva upadis, these false designations. And tatpatatvena nirmalam, to cleanse our heart. What does it mean to clean the heart? Who can say? I'm giving a totally different talk to what I was planning to speak on. Anyway, it's going spontaneously. What does it mean to clean the heart? Does it mean, we had a difficulty cleaning our hearts this morning. There was no water here this morning. Don't worry, I did take a bath. But there was no water this morning. This is 2 days out of 3 there's been no water here in the morning. Luckily I had some big containers somebody had brought me with drinking water. So I was able to pour that over myself this morning. Nice cold drinking water. But is that how you clean your heart? You kind of like rub something around here, some soap, and scrub it, Is that how you do it? How do you clean your heart? Pardon? Huh?
Anarthas, we go off anarthas.
Huh?
Whatever anarthas we have.
Service? I couldn't hear. You have to speak louder. How do we clean our heart? Chanting? Chanting what? Chanting the Maha Mantra. And a little bit more too. We'll talk about that next. I'll read this purport. In order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach, this is Prabhupada's words in the purport, one should approach the current link or spiritual master in the chain of disciplic succession. Not everybody agrees with that. After being initiated by the proper spiritual master in that chain of succession, one should engage himself in the discharge of what? That's the positive way of saying it. This is regarding Lord Brahma at the beginning of the universe, and he was given a service. It wasn't quite like cleaning the floor or making garlands or going out and distributing books. What service was he given? Pardon? Create was a secondary thing. First of all, to prepare oneself. To prepare oneself. When you do, just like some of you ladies were preparing yourself, dressing nicely for the initiation, the gentlemen were a little quicker, preparing themselves. They just put a chud on and a quick piece of tilak here and there. You prepare yourself. So what was his preparation to create? He had to become eligible to create. We can't just do things. We have to become eligible. If you want to do music, you've got to prepare yourself. What was his preparation? Austerity. Tapa, tapa, tapa. Tapa also means, another meaning to tapa, besides austerity. Somebody else? Tapa also refers to suffering. Suffering. It's not easy. If you were not willing to perform tapa, then we cannot. The Lord says, I am penance. That is, I am that penance. Without penance, I will not reveal myself. Without some sacrifice on our part. It is a gradual involvement. We don't expect to jump in the deep end. But we have to be willing to perform some austerity. Something we don't like to do sometimes. We have our own conditioning. I want this, I want to do that, I like this, and so on. But we have to think a little bit. If we really want to please or love Krishna, then we have to be willing to stage maybe to perform tapasya. So the current link, we surrender to that current link and perform tapasya. And not just when someone said devotional service. This is another thing. Prabhupada writes here, engage himself in the discharge of tapasya in the execution of devotional service. Yes, devotional service is a broad subject, and sometimes we think it's just doing what we want in Krishna consciousness. That's the beginning stage. But if we really want to progress, or we really want to become Krishna conscious, we have to be willing to perform tapasya. Arjuna performed tapasya. He didn't want to fight on the battle of Kurukshetra. Prabhupada performed tapasya. He took sannyas, even though his inner inclination was not that. He went to the West only to perform tapasya. Tapasya in reality means the order of the spiritual master. That means taking shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master, means trying to mold their life according to their will. I'll read something else. There's a verse. This verse appears in a few places. It appears in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa of Sanatana Goswami. It also appears, which one is it? In the Bhakti Sandarbha of Jiva Goswami. Yata kanchanatam yati kanksham rasavidanataha tata diksha vyanina dvijatpang jayate ninam. By chemical manipulation, an example is given here. By chemical manipulation, bell metal is turned into gold when touched by mercury. So some people try to do that. Apparently alchemists were able to do that, although the science is a little bit more to it than that. I don't think anyone knows how to do it anymore, otherwise they would be very rich. Similarly, when a person is properly initiated, he can acquire the qualities of a Brahmin. In other words, we become transformed. Six of you, I think, are taking second initiation today. Brahmin initiation. Transformation. Prabhupada said every Vaishnava is a Brahmana. So even those taking first initiation, basically, you are following Brahmin principles for Kali Yuga. Prabhupada said in Kali Yuga, the mode of goodness, which is the mode of a Brahmana, is following these four regulated principles. It's a preparation in a sense. It's not that everyone has to officially take Brahmin initiation. That's not required. The official acceptance of Brahmin initiation is especially to facilitate our extension of our services to worship the deity, cook for the deity, and show a good example in society as a Brahminical leader. Preach, study the Shastra, teach others, and so on and so forth. Any tissues? Yeah. So it's a responsibility, and Prabhupada actually says that first initiation, we give a chance. To give them a chance. Second initiation is more serious. Those who proven over a period of time that they're serious and sincere in following these principles, Prabhupada said, then we may award them second initiation. Because it's a big responsibility. When you take a responsibility as such, because Vedically speaking, there's no such thing as first initiation. First initiation is usually Purushacharya. It's usually the preparation for Brahmin initiation. That people are brought up and trained in various practices, chanting mantras, living a clean life, and so on. Brahmin life is like that. But most people in society do not take that step. They devotee maybe, but they not take that step. So in a Krishna conscious movement, Prabhupada wanted Brahmins who could guide, lead, and show, particularly by example to others, how they can progress. And most people will never, no question of becoming a Brahmin at this point of time, but everyone can become a devotee. So they follow. The Brahmins are meant to be the leaders of the whole society, spiritually. And they give guidance to others because they know the goal of life. The goal of life, Brahmin, is one who knows Brahman. He knows the spiritual goal of life. He's not just somebody who worships deities or does some kind of puja or something. He has to have that knowledge of one's identity, Brahman. So they guide the whole society towards self-realization. They know what level people are on, and they guide them accordingly. That's why modern day religion is supposed to do that, but unfortunately it stops at a certain level and doesn't go further. It's supposed to go further in deep realization, not just piety, not just a little faith, not just some dogmatic rules and regulations, but a realization. Brahmins must be also realized, ultimately. And they act then as the spiritual guides in society. They may give initiation to others of various kinds. Brahmins. Brahmin initiation means, basically speaking, that we're following not just those four regulated principles, but a Brahmin, bare minimum, Prabhupada said. 4 points for those who are taking Brahmin. There are many more. You could read in the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter, maybe text 42 or something like that, where Krishna gives the qualities by which the Brahmins work. It's not what they work, it's the qualities in which you work. Nothing to do with your work, it's the qualities which you work. Others is by work. You define a Vaishya by their work, but a Brahmin is by quality. Same in the Bhagavatam. There's an even longer explanation in the 11th canto, 7th canto, 11th canto of the qualities of a Brahmana. So the basic 4 Prabhupada gave. Qualities. Who knows what those basic 4 qualities of a Brahmana are, besides Lila Shakti? Oh, also, Vasheshwara Prabhupada. What's your wife's name again? Huh?
Janani.
Janani. I have a disciple named Janani. She's in Australia, no, in New Zealand, I thought, or in Australia, one of them, I can't remember. Janani, nice name. So what are the 4 qualities, besides you 3, because I think you're familiar with this. So any of the other candidates for second initiation, you may not have been aware what I'm trying to get at, but there are 4 pillars of religiosity, and 4, you could say, activities which destroy those pillars. Just like on a table, if you don't have 4 pillars, the table is not very stable, is it? It's an unstable table. So what are the 4 pillars of religiosity, which Prabhupada says are the basic foundation of Brahminical life? What are they? Come on. Pardon? Truthfulness. Truthful. One of the first principles of a Brahmin is to be truthful. They tell the truth. Be honest. There's no question of progressing in spiritual life if we're not truthful. And for duplicity, there's no room in spiritual life for duplicity. We remain entangled in Maya. So truthfulness is practically the first principle of a Brahmana, to be truthful. Another principle? Huh? Pardon? Clean. This is a tough one for Filipinos. Yeah, I'm sure it was an excuse maybe given. I don't know if it's a daily affair, but I went into the ashram in Makati 2 or 3 or 4 days ago, and I could not believe what a horrendous mess the place was. I wouldn't stay there if you paid me $1 million. Unbelievable. It was a bomb site. Even the Syrian refugees in Paris would think second about staying in that place. Unbelievable. Do not make the ashram here remotely like that one. Absolute bomb site. It looked like a bomb had gone off. There were a few bodies lying on the ground. It looked like they got blown up in the bomb as well. Fast asleep during the morning program. Cleanliness. Prabhupada said cleanliness is next to godliness. And one time he said it is godliness. There is no question of godliness without cleanliness. Forget it. Cleanliness. Tidy your things. Come on. If we don't do that, there's no question of the heart becoming purified. If you leave a mess everywhere, our whole movement is Chetodharpana Marjana. One time Prabhupada in Vrindavan, one devotee came to see Prabhupada. Not working. Modern technology, not working. So one devotee came to Vrindavan in India to see Prabhupada. He came from Mumbai, Bombay. I guess, like everything in this world has a beginning and end, the battery has gone out. Not working. Not working. Hare Krishna. So he came to Vrindavan, and Prabhupada said, how are things going in Bombay, in the temple? And the devotee said, not very well, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, what? What is that? He said, everything's very dirty. Actually, the devotee had come to ask Prabhupada for sannyas. He wanted to take sannyas. He didn't get off to a very good start here. Prabhupada said, what do you mean everything's dirty? Prabhupada, there is so much dirt everywhere. There are rats. There are mosquitoes. No, mosquitoes you can't stop. Rats, cockroaches, dirt, garbage. Things are not clean. Prabhupada said, what? That means you are not chanting your 16 rounds. He came to ask for sannyas. He wasn't thinking of this. I said, no, Prabhupada, I'm chanting my 16 rounds. Prabhupada said, no, you're not. And what do you say? You're going to challenge Prabhupada? He said, if you were chanting your 16 rounds, this would not be the case. The temple would be clean. It would be clean. And then Prabhupada quoted, Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahatavagni Nirvartanam. The heart will become cleansed by chanting. He said, this is a reflection of your heart. A Brahmin cannot tolerate uncleanliness. Not just, sometimes we're very clean, Mathura Prabhu. Sometimes we're very clean on the altar. And when you go in the Brahmin's room, you see a different picture. Isn't it? You see the Brahmin, if he's doing arti, he's there early in the morning. When he's not there. He's fast asleep. This is not a Brahmin. So, okay, we're not very qualified. We're not very qualified, that's a fact. But the process is to become purified. So cleanliness is so important. Prabhupada was so vigilant with cleanliness. You know, he would come in London also. He'd go around the temple to see if everything was clean and tidy. Even Jamuna, she tells this story. Jamuna Devi, one of Prabhupada's first disciples, was, if anyone was clean in this movement, at least from the Western world, she was. She was so careful, she knew what Prabhupada wanted. She cleaned everything. One day she cleaned Prabhupada's room. You would think it spick and span. We don't know how to clean. I'll give you an example. You clean this room. It means you have to move everything off the floor. You don't just clean where you can see. You have to move chairs and tables and clean everything. Otherwise you haven't really cleaned. You've got to get right in the heart and clean deep. So she cleaned the room so nicely. Everyone thought, wow, so nice. Then Prabhupada came to the room and he went straight to the table. There was one table with drawers, you know, these things you pull out. He went straight there. He just opened one drawer, run his finger on the side of the drawer, black. What is this? Nobody has cleaned the room? He was so vigilant. But we're not on that level. But Prabhupada's trying to bring us to this level of consciousness, the level of cleanliness. The spiritual world is absolutely clean, absolutely pure. So we want to enter there, we have to become absolutely clean, absolutely pure. If you want to enter fire, you've got to be like fire, isn't it? So we try to remember this, apply it in our lives. What's another principle of Brahminical life? Mercy. What is mercy? In France, they always, when we give someone a book, they say, non merci, monsieur. Non merci, non merci. That means no thank you, but it's mercy. No mercy, they're saying. No mercy, no mercy. They don't want the mercy. What is mercy? What is that mercy of a Brahmin? He's not a miser. Miser means they keep things to themselves. You have some knowledge, you have something to give people, and you don't share it. Mercy is you share. Of course, you may be sharing the wrong thing. It is mercy in the mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. But mercy for a devotee means you share your Krishna consciousness with others. You show by example, and you share it with others. What's the other one? We already mentioned it, austerity. These are the four basic principles or legs of religiosity which Brahmins have to uphold. Austerity means following the principles and following the spiritual master's order like that. Not easy. We know how difficult it is in this Kali Yuga, but at least we aspire like that. Do your best. Try to keep this temple very clean. Keep it a place of pilgrimage. The temple room, at least try to keep it as a sanctified place as much as you can, not for gossip, not for wasting time. This is for, the Lord is watching. He's watching everybody. He's everywhere, but particularly he's on the, you could say in the temple on the altar. You come in here, even paying obeisances. Prabhupada taught us all, but he taught me specifically how to pay obeisances properly in front of the deity, how to sit in front of the deity. Don't sit with your back to the deity. Don't sit with your back to the Vyasa-san. I know some of us are right now sitting with our backs to Prabhupada. But we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't sit with our back to Prabhupada during Prabhupada's time. So you can sit either way. Sit the other way, Mataji, if you want, whichever. Slightly angled, if you can. Sometimes it's not possible. We know that especially the Indian guests, they don't know these things. But in London, Prabhupada taught me, I was the only one in the temple when Prabhupada, there was one guest and myself in the temple, and Prabhupada came in the temple unexpectedly one afternoon in the manor at London. And he was his servant wasn't even with him. Prabhupada came in, And he saw, immediately I saw him, I bowed down, but he saw the guest, we touched her, she became initiated, her name was Vitasya eventually. And she bowed down, but she bowed down with her feet towards the deity. Prabhupada said nothing to her. He called the pujari. You believe it or not? It was a pujari, he just finished arti. Where's the pujari? Prabhupada said. Where's the pujari? Who is the pujari? She came out, lady, behind the altar. She was washing the dishes behind, kind of to the side of the altar. And she said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. You're the pujari? Yes, Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, what are you doing? She said, Prabhupada, I'm washing the dishes. No, what are you doing? There's a guest in the temple. You're not showing them how to offer their obeisances? What type of pujari are you? He chastised her right there. By this time, one or two other devotees had come into the temple. But he said, as a pujari, you also have to be a preacher. You don't just wave things around and snap the own or whatever and all these different things. It's a teacher to guide others how they can advance in Krishna consciousness, how they can pay their obeisances in front of the deity, in front of the guru. And this is all part in a loving way. It's not like, no, but in a loving way, in a very respectful and loving way, to help people to advance. Be merciful, be merciful. Hare Krishna. So those who are taking first initiation, I'll read one or two more things. Oh, we didn't quite finish that verse, I think. It disappeared off the screen. Anyway, the verse goes on to say how one can be transformed into a Brahmin by the right association. By association. And by practice. Practically applying. Like a medicine, if you apply it, then you can gradually become healthy again. Like that. We'll just read one or two more things. Srila Prabhupada says here, the word initiation means, what does it mean? Initiation. Lila Shakti. You have to control your senses. Yes. Who knows what initiation means? Today is initiation. You should know what it means. Some of you have never heard of it before. You've never been here before. Fair enough. Some of you are just not aware. Anybody in the room like to put their hand up and suggest what the word initiation means?
Start up.
Hand up?
Start up.
Huh?
You start something.
Yes, okay, this is a general. David, what were you going to say? First? New? 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 First? First. New birth. Okay, these are some different angles of the word. But in normal terms, you initiate something. If you say in the material world, I'm going to initiate a new project, you basically mean you're going to begin it, isn't it? Introduce it. Begin it. New beginning, whatever. Excuse me? You have to speak a lot louder.
Receiving transcendental knowledge.
Okay, that's the process. That's the process. It's not a general definition. It's the process within spiritual life. Initiations, the beginning. What is the beginning of, and how does it begin? How does it begin? It begins by hearing or receiving transcendental knowledge, which you then put into practice. So initiation, Prabhupada says here, means to begin. Not that when, now listen carefully, those who are taking initiation today particularly, not that when he is initiated, a disciple becomes slack. You know the word slack? What is slack? Very complacent. You become loose. I'm initiated. I remember, I don't know if this happened anywhere else, but in London, probably, I don't know what year, 75 or 76, there was one Indian man of all things. He was sitting in the initiate. He got recommended by the temple. He was actually helping me in the treasury at one time, but I handed it over to someone else. and he was helping with the finances, and he got initiated in the morning, and he packed his bags and left in the afternoon, never to be seen again. And what? He just wanted to get a name, title. That's not the idea. No, this is the beginning of a serious path back to Godhead. You already started the path, but this is like officially you're on the path now. It's like you're on the actual path. You make the approach road, and now you're ready, and then you're on the main highway back to Godhead. Don't become lax or slack or loose and get off the highway. You know, that looks like a nice restaurant over there. Let me go and take a break. Or a nice holiday resort over there. Let me go and take a break. I'm giving an analogical example here. You know, you're on a journey, you get hijacked on the way. Senses are always hijacking us. So try to stay on the path. Little steer, little to pasture. Sometimes we make a little slip, but get back on again. You're only a failure when you stop trying. Don't give up. Okay? What did I say to you yesterday, Kevin? Don't cave in. Kevin's name is Kevin. I said, don't cave in. Okay? Hare Krishna. So I like that. Rather, upon initiation, he begins spiritual life in earnest. What does earnest mean? That doesn't mean her nest. Earnest. What is earnest? Pardon?
In all honesty.
In?
All honesty.
All honesty, you could say that, in all honesty. Earnest. When you're very earnest about something. Very enthusiastic about something, with determination to achieve your vow. If you're still interested, if any of you are still interested in initiation after all this, you're going to make some vows in a minute. They may have changed their mind by now, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. But you're going to make some vows. And the idea is not just, oh, I made my vow, I got my name. Oh, I got my beads. Woo! But it's that, you know, we become more serious than you already are. This movement's not a joke. People may think it's another, you know, fad or something. It's not. This is the path. Lord Nityananda yesterday, the gateway, we heard, the gateway to pure devotion, the gateway to love of God. And he is Adi Guru. Again, I'll remind you, you are not Lord Nityananda, okay? Servant of Lord Nityananda. His name is Adi Guru, original Guru, Lord Nityananda. He's giving us this mercy, so merciful, accepting us through his line of parampara, disciplic succession from Lord Nityananda, accepting us, giving us this chance to go back to Godhead. Incredible. But we have to take this become a little serious and true, to follow the basic, at least. Prabhupada says, I'm very glad that a sincere soul like you. And that first letter was Prabhupada wrote to Makanlal. Where's Makanlal? Is he still here? There he is. That was to you, Prabhu. 1973, Prabhupada wrote to Makanlal. Were you born then? I don't think you were even born. Prabhupada has a very wonderful devotee disciple named Makanlal. I am very glad that a sincere soul like you has become attracted with this movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is your very good fortune. Now please take care of your advancement in Krishna consciousness by following strictly the prescribed methods for reviving your dormant love for Krishna. I am very glad to accept you as my initiated disciple. Please. Oh, what's that smell? Yeah. What is it? Oh. Phew. Somebody let off a stink bomb or something? Pooh. Pooh. Have you got any clothes pegs, anybody? Any clothes pegs? Pooh. Pooh. I was getting worried. I thought it was me, but if anyone else can smell it, it's not only me. Gosh. Is it the sewage? Huh? Coming from where? Mat? Mop? No, it's a very intensive smell. It's not coming from the mop. I know this smell, it's the smell of stool. Cool. I don't think it's up there, is it, Mahendra? It suddenly appeared, a very strong smell. Maybe you can't smell it over there. Huh?
I smelled it also.
Terrible. Maybe you can't smell it out there. Shocking smell. Smells like you're in a sewer pit. Anyway, tolerate. Gorky Shore Babaji was living in a latrine one point of time. Krishna. Please continue to faithfully serve the Lord. No, listen. This is your good fortune. Now please take care of your advancement by following strictly the prescribed methods for reviving your dormant love of Krishna. I am very glad to accept you as my initiated disciple. Please continue to faithfully serve the Lord by, you can say many things, but one said it already, by what? Okay, there's the yama niyamas, there's the do's and the don'ts. So the don'ts are, don't do these sinful things. And the do's are, what's the number one do? Chant. Prabhupada says here, by chanting the holy names, by chanting his holy names 16 rounds daily on the beads. I know some busy bods sometimes have to use the clicker, but try to chant on the beads, if not 16, at least as many as you can. Going on Sankirtan. That means going out and distributing the holy name. Following the regulated principles and avoiding what? What do you have to avoid?
That is
Huh?
non-devotees.
That's another thing. That's Satsanga Tyagi, Vaishnava Chara. That the first character of a Vaishnava is he avoids unnecessary association or bad association, mundane association. You have to work, but you minimize the necessity. Good association. In this case, Prabhupada is referring to your vows at initiation. Avoiding what? Chant, Prabhupada says. Minimize chant. Minimum chant. But avoiding what? Come on. When you chant the holy name, you are meant to avoid what? You say it every morning if you live in the temple. The offenses while chanting the holy name. So what are those offenses that you have to avoid? I'm going to just leave this to the candidates of initiation. They're so nervous, they probably don't know what's coming next. They just, oh, when's this going to be over? This is worse than going to the dentist. You know what it's like when you go to the dentist? You know what's going to come. Oh my God, you sat there and when's this going to end? When's it going to end? You're choking. With a sting in your mouth. So what are the 10 offenses? Number 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives to the chanting of the holy name. Don't criticize. If we want to find fault in ourselves. That doesn't mean communicate our own self. Look within, find your own faults. Don't criticize other devotees. If you're a manager, you may have to help point out, if we're able to, point out something which is unfavorable for the person's advancement. But we don't criticize anyone particularly. As Jesus said, hate the sin, not the sinner. May point out some misbehavior, but not the person. Finding fault in others, this is practically speaking, the greatest challenge we face this movement today. With social media is like a, whoa, like a, what do you say, a wasp nest. Hornet's nest, they say, like a hornet's nest. So much negativity. You have nothing about it. If someone says negative about us, then it goes on social media and you go on the warpath against that person. It's completely opposite of Vaishnavism. What's the second offense? Second offense? In many ways, this second offense is the biggest challenge we face. Yeah, you're doing good. To consider the names of the demigods, like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, to be equal to or independent of the holy name of Lord Vishnu. What that means is Mayavad. It's this philosophy that all is one. There is no God, or I'm God, everyone's God. It creeps in all to every single, practically in the whole world. And that's a big topic, too big to talk on. Number 3. Disobey the orders of spiritual masters. It speaks for itself. It's obvious if we don't follow the spiritual master's order, we are not going to progress in spiritual life. Fourth one. It says when these are offenses against the holy name, don't forget the holy name is Krishna. Namachintamani Krishna's Chaitanya. That's the big one. It is Krishna himself. It's not just a name of Krishna. It is Krishna. So we're offending Krishna when we commit these offenses. And that's why we're in the material world. So we want to get out. So we try our best not to commit these offenses. Fourth one? Someone may have said it, I didn't hear it. Fourth offense, ladies? Someone, ladies? Who took birth in a man's body? It was a lady. I said ladies, please. And it sounded like a man speaking. To blaspheme the Vedic literature, or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. They're God's words. If there actually are, if you change them, that's another thing. But the actual Vedic literatures are the words of God. They emanate from the Lord himself. So if we blaspheme them, we're blaspheming God. We don't blaspheme any scripture. Even it may be naimitic or materialistic, it still has its part to play if properly applied. On a higher level, we may not understand. We may not be there. But we don't. We focus on what is relevant to us and respect others. Fifth offense? Fifth offense. Pardon? You probably got it. I just didn't hear it. Quiet over there. Yeah. Your mobile is not working properly? We're so dependent. When Prabhupada asked this question, so what are the... No, it was regarding the qualities of a Vaishnava. He said, so who knows what the qualities of a Vaishnava are? Silence. 1966 in New York. Silence. Nobody answered. Back to Paul, you know what they are? Bruce, you know what they are? And somebody said, they're in the book, Swamiji. They're in the book. Prabhupada says, it's not enough to know they're in the book. You should know them. Yes, it's nice they're in the book. It's nice you're serious. But try to know them. What's the sixth offense? Is to give some fifth was to consider chanting Hare Krishna as imagination. What's the sixth offense? The glories of chanting Hare Krishna rather as imagination. Sixth offense? Give some mundane interpretation. I think it means this and that. It basically means we follow the scriptural, the meaning of the holy name. Seventh offense? Pardon? And the latest, seventh offense? You were sitting in the front. We should have put you at the other end there. This is not fair. The other lady, I can't even see the other ladies behind you. I can't even see who's behind you there. There they are. Seventh offense. Oh, don't hide. Now they're all hiding. They're all moving with you. They're all hiding behind you. You're giving them shelter. The further you go back, the further they'll go. They're like sheep. They're just like sheep. Come on. What's the seventh offense? Pardon? To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. Eighth offense? Don't do it. That means, you think, oh, I just chant Hare Krishna, I get free to all reactions. Or you go to the church, God, please forgive me for my sins. This is an offense against the Lord. It's okay to do that to some extent, but not to live like that. Not to think I can just relieve myself from my sins by just doing that. Here, take my sins. Take my sinful reaction. If you really love somebody, you will stop doing them, or you will beg for their help to stop doing them. My Lord, please help me. I want to act in a way that pleases you, not me, you. Please help me to become pleasing to you. Huh? People don't take it. They don't like it. 9th offense, 8th offense, 8th offense. To consider the chanting of the holy names is to be one of the ritualistic, materialistic, ritualistic, in the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. It's not a ritualistic activity. Chanting the holy name is transcendental. It's to take us to the spiritual plane. It's not just a kind of a religious dogmatic activity. 9th offense, Prabhupada says, is to give initiation to those who are not qualified. That's what Prabhupada said. To preach the holy name to the faithless. 2 meanings. 10th offense, who knows the 10th offense? One of the boys, come on, 10th offense. What's the 10th offense? Pardon? Sunanda, what is it? You're speaking, what are you saying? I can't hear from here. This temple's too big. You have to make a smaller temple. I can't hear what anyone's saying. You need a smaller temple. It's too big, Mahendra. You have to make it smaller, okay? I can't hear what anyone's saying. The 10th offense. You want a smaller temple or not? All those who want a smaller temple, put your hand up. All those who want a bigger one, put your hand up. They want a bigger one. It's not big enough. You don't make it bigger. They all said they wanted a bigger one.
Yesterday you had so much visitors.
I know, but they want a bigger one even still. It's not big enough. Anyway, the real temple's in the heart. That's the real temple. Make your heart big. Open your hearts. 10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after hearing so many instructions on this matter. And that speaks for itself. It's common. We all have material attachments. We don't have complete faith. That's why we're not pure. But the process is one of purification. You don't start, this is initiation, beginning. We apply these principles and your heart will become cleansed. The other offense Prabhupada says is to be inattentive. The whole process is basically functioning or rotating around this being attentive. By being attentive, all the other offenses are taken into account. The heart becomes cleansed. Krishna reciprocates. Attention is our tapa. In chanting the holy name, the tapa is to try to hear the name of Krishna. It's difficult. Tapa is not easy. But that's our principle. So we'll wind up there and move along. There's hundreds of things we could talk about. And we couldn't quite finish this, but that's okay. We'll finish there and we'll move on. Where's Emil Prabhu? He's not here. Emil is here? Whoops. He's not here. Okay, no problem. We'll manage, I think we'll manage. So, do we need to do Achaman again, or is that enough? I haven't got an Achaman cup. I need an Achaman cup. Thank you. So I don't have a table, so if we can move that back a little bit, I want you to sit next to me. If you can sit here and hold this for me.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. So only those who are taking first initiation, just the first initiates at this point, do a quick Achaman. Do a quick Achaman now. And then we're going to ask them maybe they can all go up and pay their obeisances to Prabhupada, and then come around here and pay your obeisances to the deities, and then they can sit here. Is that or they sit here? Which is the best? There? Which side they offer their obeisance? I'm back to front here. Which way they have to sit to offer their obeisances? Yes. They sit here, isn't it? Yeah. Is it back to front? Okay, so then, once you've done Ashraman, I want you to go up to Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa-san in a line and offer your obeisances. Move forward at the back there, please. One devotee, maybe at the back there, somebody can clear the way. Move everyone out of the way in front of Prabhupada's Vyasa-san. Can you assure that, Jai Gopal? Keep that space empty for the candidates. So it's a 6, I think, is it 5 or 6? I can't remember. How many? 6? 6 candidates for first initiation. Offer your obeisances now. Stand up if you're taking first initiation. Who's taking first initiation? No, stand up. Please stand up. First initiation. 6. All 6 of you, very carefully, don't kick anything. Go to Prabhupada's Vyasa-san. Pay nicely your obeisances at the Vyasa-san. Your assistants arrived. Now, go to the Vyasa-san now and pay your obeisances at Prabhupada's lotus feet. Bow down. Bow down nicely, ladies. Or you could, 3 of you in a row. No, sideways. No. Show them how to do it. I just talked about it, but they didn't get it right. Show them how to do it. All of you, 3 of you, go. And then come around to the altar and do the same thing here. Up here. Somebody here can show them how to do it. Don't have your back to the Vyasa-san. Always sideways, please. Both hands on the floor. And say the mantras. Now the 3 boys, the same thing. Full dandavats. Okay, wonderful. So these devotees are coming from different quarters of Manila and also from Braj Eco Village. And now you can sit down. Oh, you're the first one. Oh my goodness. Nerves personified. Come forward, and the ladies, whoever the ladies are, come forward. There we go. So where's your husband? You have to support your wife. Come on. You have to give her. She'll be nervous as anything. I know. Boy, when I took initiation, was I nervous? My God. Prabhupada established this system. So I can't. Nice. But what's your full name? Nice.
Nice me.
Pardon?
Maharaj. Nice me.
Nice me.
Yes, good Maharaj.
Nice me. Isn't that a nice name? What's your name? Nice me. It's really atypical of the material world, you know. Nice me.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
But I know that you're not like that at all. I know you're really so selfless and dedicated. Say a word about your beloved wife. Say a word. Just a word. I hope it's a good word. Say a good word about your wife.
Yeah, nice me is
No, touching. Sorry, Guru.
Relax. I'm sure he'll say something nice. If you don't worry, we'll drag him out of the room, don't worry. Quick, say a quick word.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. My best success to all the devotees here.
Be quick. Keep to the point.
My best intelligence in the platform of being mother of 3 kids. And she's very loving wife. Especially in our deities, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra and Gauranitai. And I didn't expect anything from the very beginning that we settled as a level of Grihastha. I didn't expect about any spiritual growth from her.
Just say something else. Just say one word about her.
But as you can see, she attained the magic of devotional service.
Haribo! Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, that's enough. That's fantastic. A wonderful, loving wife and sincere in your devotion. Thank you. Come forward, nice me. Come forward. Are you okay there? Are you sufficiently nervous? Are you sufficiently nervous? Do you have butterflies in your stomach? In English we say butterflies in the stomach. Relax. So come a little closer. Where's Emil? I need you here with my computer. It's right next to me. Somebody else is going to have to take pictures.
Someone can take pictures.
We need a photographer over here, please. We need somebody on the madanga. You have to have a good mobile. Maybe you can take your mobile as well if they know how to use it. Where's the madanga? Boom, 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 boom. Kata, ding, 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 ding. Okay, we have a few cameras that suddenly manifested. Give me the camera. Can you see her? There she is. Okay, I've seen her. I see it. Just keep that light behind. So, nice me. Can you tell me what the 4 regulated principles are?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, my obeisances, advice to Srila Prabhupada, advice to the Brahma. The 4 regulated principles are no eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex.
Pretty good, huh? Thumbs up. Everyone agree? Good? Right. How many rounds of japa daily?
16 rounds a day.
Pardon?
16 rounds a day.
16 rounds?
Yes. And then chanting 16
Chanting. Minimum 16 rounds of japa. Haribo! So for all you wonderful Vaishnavas, please give these devotees all your best wishes, your blessings for their spiritual lives, to protect them. And on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and his mission, hopefully in the mood of serving Srila Prabhupada to expand his pleasure and his mission to please his spiritual master, we're happy today to award you with initiation, Nam Diksha. Your name is Nanda Priya Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya. Now you can now put the beads around your neck so they don't fall on the floor. That's it. You can put them double if you want. You can put them double if you want in case they hit the floor. That's it. Everyone, there you go. Now you can return to your sitting place if you wish. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Next we have Tami. Tami is well known to myself for many decades, in fact, as the beloved wife of Achyuta Madhava. Where is Achyuta? Oh, he's right there. There he is. With his loving daughter Tulsi. And where's Tushta? Over there. Toshan. Where is he? Where's Tusta? Here he is. There they are. The 2 children of Pami, and her husband is here. Achyuta Madhava has been initiated for, 15 years? 16 years initiated. His wife has been faithfully serving the family. She's a very quiet, very shy, very simple, but very devotional and very loving personality. And we're very honored and privileged today to offer her this opportunity and connection with Srila Prabhupada's mission and our parampara. So come closer and don't be worried. Can you whisper or say the 4 regulated principles?
The 4 regulated principles are no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication.
Very good. Very good. Perfect. Haribo! Where are we? And how many rounds a day?
Promise to chant 16 rounds a day.
Minimum 16 rounds a day. Haribo! As much as you can on the beat, as much as you can on the beads, if you can, please. So, again, same thing. Please give your blessings, your mercy to Pami, so that she can both serve her family with love, as she always does, and also become more and more serious and steady in her devotional life. So, this side, the wrong way. The beads are all we have, I'm afraid. You can also find later on, if you want to get some larger beads, or say a little bit more different beads, you're welcome. Prabhupada says it's not the beads initiation, it's the transference. As someone said, diksha. Initiation means the transference of transcendental knowledge. It's the acceptance that counts. My beads were partly made of dough when Prabhupada initiated me. They were made of dough, you know, those stuff you use to make bread? I made my beads out of dough, some of them. Prabhupada chanted on them. Very soon I got new beads. It wasn't necessary to chant on them again. Prabhupada said that that's enough when you take initiation. It's the connection that's being made. It's not the beads that are the initiation. But do look after your beads, and if you forget new ones, you still keep the original ones. So, Pami, we're very pleased to give you the name on behalf of all of our disciplic succession. Your name is Padmini Devi Dasu. Jai Padmini. Hare Krishna. Padmini. Hare Krishna. Shelter at the Lord's lotus feet. And last but not least, we have Catherine, Ice.
Yes.
We thought your name was Ice.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
But your actual name is Catherine.
Yes, that's my real name, Maharaj.
Pardon?
My real name is Catherine.
Catherine. Very nice name. So Catherine, you are serving the Krishna Balaram Mandir? Krishna Balaram Ashram?
Krishna Balaram Ashram.
Krishna Balaram Ashram. She likes to wash the dishes. So if you need a dishwasher, there's no dishes to wash here, I don't think. Plenty of dishes to wash, and this is an eternal activity, washing dishes, by the way. In the spiritual world, there's also, maybe they don't need to wash them, but in principle, yes, there are plenty of leaves to wash, everything to wash, even though it's all transcendental. Washing, cleaning, this humble service is so important. So important. So thank you, Catherine. So what are the 4 regulated principles?
Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. I promise that I will follow the 4 regulative principles. No meat, egg, and fish eating. No gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit.
Very good. Arrivo! And how many rounds a day?
16 rounds of honor.
Minimum. Minimum 16. More on the Kaddish if you can, please.
Yes.
And more whenever you get the time. So, Catherine, I give names beginning with the same letter, or an existing name. So your name is Chitra Lila Devi Dasu. Chitra Lila Kijai. Hare Krishna. Chitra Lila. Hare Krishna. We'll show the means later. Haribo. Hare Krishna. Now we come to the big boys. Here he is. What name did I give his cookies? Okay. So Kevin. Everybody know Kevin? What does Kevin do besides eat and sleep? Does he do anything else besides eat and sleep?
The same thing.
Pardon?
Same thing.
What's that? What's he do? Huh? What did he say?
Same thing, Guru Maharaj.
I said, what does he do besides eat and sleep? What else does he do? What's that mean? Milk the cows. Milking cows? He milks a cow like this, huh? Driving! He drives! So if anyone wants a free ride, just get the number off him. He can come and pick you up free of charge anywhere and drive you anywhere in the Philippines, huh? Right? Free of charge, huh?
Transporter.
Huh?
Transporter, Maharaj.
Huh?
Transporter.
Transporter. Transport. We need someone to transport us from the material world. Can you drive us to the spiritual world? Can you do that? In your Uber car? Uber driver. Can you drive us to Vaikuntha? How much does it cost? We heard yesterday, isn't it? How much does it cost? Faith. Hey, so a wonderful devotee, serving also at Krishna Balam Ashram.
Yes.
Wonderful devotees there. Where is Jagat Veera? Where's Jagat Veera?
On the way, Maharaj.
He's always on the way, but I never see him. I keep getting told his wife is here taking initiation, and he's on his way. Where is he? Pardon? Hare Krishna. He chants Hare Krishna as well. Very good. Come closer. Oh, he's got a microphone. Why didn't the ladies have a microphone? This is not fair. This is discrimination. Okay, anyway, you didn't know what they said, so there was... Four regulated principles?
Four regulated principles are no eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling.
Pretty good, huh? They're good at that one. How many rounds a day?
I promise to chant 16 rounds a day and during the day 25 rounds a day.
Oh, great. Really? Whoa. Where's Shiva Chaitanya? Is he here? No, he's not here. He was here just now. Not here. So he knows this name. Ah, there he is. One of your very close associates and friends, Shiva. Kevin. Back to Kevin's taking initiation. You guess what name I'm giving? I bet you guess it already. Your name is Creeper Sindhu Das. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Now, oh, your brother. They're brothers, huh? These two guys. I don't know how many love. They both love kirtan, these two guys. It's Dinanath, his brother's name. They're born devotees, basically. Sunanda and Dinanath over there. And your auntie is, Indravali is your auntie, isn't she? Where's Indravali? Where's Indravali? Is she there? Where's Indravali? Come on, your nephew is about to take the plunge. Where is she? Running around. Huh? She's cooking? Huh? Preaching? Always doing some seva. So try to follow in the footsteps of your auntie, okay? Dinanath, they both love kirtan, both of these boys. He likes cooking too, don't you? Likes to cook. He looks a bit like a cook. And a cook's look. A cook look. Like to distribute the book as well. So, Sunanda, what are the four regulated principles?
My humble obeisances, Guru Maharaj.
The four regulated principles are my humble obeisances. That's a good one. 5 regulated principles.
Principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex.
Yeah, very good. Ooh, almost missed out there. Ooh. Just got through at the last moment there. There we go. Good. And how many rounds a day?
Minimum 16 rounds, and in courtesy 25 rounds.
Good. And he's serving here in the new temple. You're serving here. Both the brothers are serving here. Wonderful opportunity for the future. We hope that these young devotees will become the leaders in the future. That's the idea. Susan. Ah, you come to witness your nephew's initiation. So, same thing, please all give your love and blessings to Sananda Prabhu to protect him, inspire him in his devotional service and guide him. Mother Indravali is the Siksha Guru of these young men, and many devotees here, Mahendra Prabhu also and others have been guiding them. Don't forget the Siksha Guru relationship is the most important. Those we're serving with, take advice, serve them, offer your service to them also in respect. So, does he like kirtan? Yes. He does. Just like Dinanath Prabhu.
Just very shy, than Dinanath.
He's more shy.
Yes, a bit shy.
Well, I hope this name will help you to become a little bit more bold.
He's a very good cook.
I know he's a good cook. I already heard that. But cooking and kirtan go well together. In Prabhupada's mission, practically these are the two main activities, aren't they? Kirtan and prasadam, isn't it?
He's also an artist, Maharaj.
Huh?
He's also an artist.
Artist, so probably you can do some nice paintings for the books also. It's important services. So what to do? Do you like kirtan? Sananda Prabhu, your name is? Sankirtan Das! Now you have to do Sankirtan, okay? Hare Krishna. And last but not least, on the mark, Dr. Mark from Brajeko village. Huh? What's that? Oh yeah, originally, but you were staying at the Brajeko village. You're from Bacolod? From the island of Bacolod, huh? I went to, it's island, right? Where's Bacolod? Huh? Where is it?
Negros.
Yeah, it's an island, right? It's a town and an island. Or just, I went to the town of Bacolod once in my life. Leela Shakti was there. You all know Leela Shakti? Not some other Leela Shakti. And if you know Leela Shakti, you know what Leela Shakti is like. She begged me to go there for a program which she arranged. And I arrived at the airport, I think I was with Balaram, and they had a nice taxi to pick us up at the airport. We went to the lodge, and when we got there, she said, Maharaj, can you please pay for the taxi? We were in this nice lodge for 2 days. At the end, they gave us the bill for the lodge. And then we went to the program. I had to sponsor the program. That was my only trip to Bacolod. Hare Krishna. Mark is now surrendering his life in Brajeko village, helping in the restaurant there. You like cooking? You like cooking. You just quickly see the computer. Now, Mark Prabhu, what are the 4 regulated principles?
The 4 regulated principles, dear Maharaj, is no intoxications, no illicit sex, no gambling, and then no meat eating.
No meat eating. Very good, very good. And how many rounds every day?
Promise to you, dear Maharaj, I made 16, minimum 16 every day.
Minimum 16 rounds a day. It doesn't work. And sometimes, and this happens to some devotees sometimes, due to overload or health issues, we don't always finish on the same day. But always catch up as quickly as possible. That's the vow, that's the tapa. Don't miss this opportunity. Prabhupada said, 4 regulated principles, 16 rounds minimum a day. Of course, there's a quality involved, but that's the foundation of this statement. You can go back to Godhead in this lifetime. And how many rounds a day?
16
minimum 16. Somebody in Sanskrit scholar, I've forgotten the meaning of this name, but it's the name of one of Prabhupada's disciples, a dear godbrother of mine, who's now an initiating guru in our movement. Lives in South Africa. Anyone from South Africa? Yesterday there was a group here. Very wonderful devotee. Now obviously with a name like Mark, you don't have to ask what type of name you're going to get, do you really? Does anyone have a guess what it might be? Mark. Markandeya. How did you get that? Well, he is wrong. Because why? Because I thought, if we give that name Markandeya, you're going to continue calling him Mark. Isn't it? Especially here, everywhere in the world, you know, the name, if you give a name like Keshi Nasudana, for instance, we have a devotee, godbrother, everyone calls him Keshi. Is Keshi here? We have a devotee in Malaysia, his name is Adharma Shatru. He's like one who, you know, destroys Adharma. But everyone calls him Adharma, which means irreligion. Is irreligiosity here. So we don't like giving names like that. So otherwise just call him Mark. It's not going to help the change of heart. So on behalf of Srila Prabhupada Parampara, please give your blessings, everyone. Your name is Medhavidas Brahmachari. And that concludes the Nam Diksha, giving the Nam Diksha. We'll have the Yajna next. And those who are taking Mantra Diksha, you'll be seeing me separately later on. We already talked a little bit about the responsibilities. The men will be receiving, we hope, I haven't received them yet. I asked for 3 Brahmin threads. I don't have Brahmin threads. Someone's going to provide. I sent messages out, but nothing has come as to this moment. So that will come later, okay? So now we'll continue with the proceedings for the completion. Mantatas tantatas chidrum deha kalaha vastutaha. That there may be many, just like now. What is your son's name, Mathura? Gopinath. Just like Gopinath very lovingly and enthusiastically wants to assist his father, but this is not according to Brahminical principles, and he's supposed to be looked after by somebody. And but that will be the case. This is Kali Yuga, and there may be many faults. Shukracharya says there may be many faults in the performance of our services. The direction may be wrong, the paraphernalia may be wrong, though it's pretty good. The mantras may be wrong, maybe they will be. And the time may be wrong, and the place may be wrong, and the person may be wrong. We may not be very qualified. All these faults may be there, children's, so many faults are there. But anasankirtanam tava, if the chanting of the holy name goes on, everything becomes nischidram, everything becomes faultless. So that's one of the reasons, during all these yajna ceremonies, Prabhupada says the chanting should go on. So we're going to have Dinanath Prabhu leading kirtan, and we're going to need the 4 shastric readers on the 4 corners. We don't have the 4 coconuts on the corner represent the 4 Vedas, we don't have them. So we must have the 4 readers on the 4 corners. Who are the readers? Who's reading over here, please? What are you reading? What are you reading? It's up, someone went behind me. Here they are. Oh no. We need 1 reader over here. Okay, Madam Mohan, come over here. Reading Bhagavad Gita. Jagopal, what are you reading? Bhagavatam. Ladies can also read. Who's reading over there? One over in that corner. Murari, what are you going to read? No, that's there. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Sisi, and 1 over here, please. Bhagavatam, what are you reading? Not Bhagavatam. Nectar of Devotion, okay, over there. Somebody's reading over here. Come on, young lady. Sit down over here. Oh, what? No, I don't know. Where is Murari? Where's Murari? Where's Murari gone? Okay, you sit over there, Prabhu. And 1 over there. Whoever it is should sit over there by Harinam. Oh no, Murari's sitting. You sit there, Murari. The ladies sit over there. Indravali, put them over there. Right there, close as you can to the Kund. That's fine, the book's good. Sit down. It can be a lady, it doesn't have to be a man. Ladies can read, please. You read a little loud, but not too loud. Oral, sound. The whole process is sound. Hearing the sound. Hear the sound. So please sit down, everybody, and we'll proceed. Is the Achuman cup still here? Yeah. And everyone can chant for a few minutes. We're waiting. Come on, start the kirtan. Start the kirtan. Begin the reading. Kirtan. There's a lot of smoke, but there's no fire right now. Is it burning? Sometimes we get off to a slow start, but slow but sure. Sometimes they start out very fast and then we run out. So sometimes starting a little slow is good. Now I'm going to have to move my chair. You're going to have to help me, yeah, I've got to get very close. I'll put that one away, that's finished. Kirtan! Kirtan! Can't hear anything. I have to push this one. Push this chair closer. No need. Take it away. Now you have to bring this up here. Take the cup away. what do they do at the back?
For those who
Empty
can
cup.
reach, like you put in the cup, the grains, and then offer all together later.
Where do they put it?
They should have an empty cup.
Pardon?
They should have an empty cup.
Pakitin niyo yung cup niya, pakitin niyo yung paper cup.
Yeah, this like
They
is
will put
empty.
it in there. And then offer all together later. Please repeat after me.
Sambha, Sambodhe, Sudambhajaya, Te Namaha, Bhakti Vinodaya, Sachidananda, Namane, Ora Shakti, Sarupaya, Rupanuga, Rayate, Soradivava, Someshwa, Krishna, Krishnapriya, Vaishnava, Sarvabhauma, Sri Jagannathaya, Te Namaha, Vanchitapa, Devyasya, Sita, Yudhya, Ekatra, Akitana, Avanegyo, Vaishnavegyo, Chaitanya, Name, Stop. Rambojo, Radha, Madhava, Divyat, Vindavanya, Kaputumara, Srimad, Ratnagara, Asanasto, Srimad, Radha, Govinda Devo, Krishnalabi, Devmana, Rani, Sarambe, Hamsivata, Shastitaha, Asha, Venusmanayan, Opir, Opinataha, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare everything or what? Come on. You should know that.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Everybody's off the bed now. We have to go around. We did it before, right? You know what to do. Your class. In this year, off the bed. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You know what to do? Oh, here's it. Make an announcement, quick. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. To all who were initiated, Brahmin and the first initiates, please beg for action from all here gathered to witness your very auspicious initiation. This is a tradition when there is initiation, you have to beg for mercy from everyone. But here, one don't come to me. I don't have money in my pocket.
Start with him. He's a rich man. He's the one with all the money.
So, Hare Krishna, congratulations to everyone.
Okay. You all know what to do. You take your cloth, you hold your cheddar like this, make it like a little bag, and then you go around. Don't force people. Devotees should voluntarily give a little mite, even if it's just 1 centime. Whatever you can afford, just give a little donation on their initiation. Prabhupada said this has to be done. It's a completion of the initiation ceremony. Please do give a little donation if you can. It's going to be used for the service of RadhaMadhava. So please come forward. Hare Krishna.